How's it going, everyone? Happy Wednesday. I'm excited to be here today. We're going to give it just another couple seconds for some of you guys to join in. I know people are trying to be welcomed into the group right now. But let's start our morning the way we've been starting it, right? With gratitude. But before you jump in there and start writing what you're grateful for, let's pivot just a little bit this morning. And real quick, my name's Desiree Gomez-DeBay. Really excited to be here. So honored to be able to speak this morning and breathe some life into all of you guys. So as far as gratitude goes, before you guys start throwing what or who you're grateful for, let's start with us. Let's rewind just a little bit. What are you grateful for about you? What are you grateful for about yourself? What is something that you do well? What are you proud of yourself for? What do you like about you? I think we don't do that enough. I think too many times we're focused on who else we can be grateful for or wanting to give credit elsewhere, but let's refocus back on you, because when you start there, of course, we already know you can pour more into other people. So let's get this party started. I'm excited, you guys. I'm excited to talk with you guys about one of our 6 transformational habits of leadership. And the one that we're focused on today is when we awaken potential and we transform masterfully. So what does that actually mean? What does it mean to truly awaken potential and transform masterfully? And how do we do that? Well, it actually starts with us. Both of those things go hand in hand. We have to lead by example. So the only way we're going to inspire other people, the only way we're going to help awaken their true potential is after we awaken ours and we start to transform masterfully. Well, how do we really do that? Right? How do we awaken our true potential, especially for brand new coaches getting on here? If it's your first day, getting on a training as a newer coach, just pat yourself on the back for showing up today, because this is part of it. So when we're awakening our own true potential, we have to really, really start flexing this muscle up here. And we have to really start identifying some of those things, some of those triggers, right, that this program offers for us to dig into with the self-development component. Now, that's not always an easy thing to do, because we have to wake up and face ourselves every single day. My own team hears me say this all the time. We literally have to wake up and face ourselves every single day. Now, when we are trying to awaken our true potential and transform masterfully, we have to not just become more, we have to unbecome a lot of the stuff that we already were, right? Not saying that we don't love ourselves, of course we do, but we want to become a better version. We want to shift from being still in the same place as we have been for so long, still complaining, still blaming, still feeding our ego first, still mad at someone from however many years ago because something they did, right? Now we have to really start shifting our focus to recognizing that everything that has happened in our life happened for us. Why did these things happen for us? Even if they're awful, you guys, there's so many things individually on each one of these screens here. You guys have all been through life. You guys have all been through some awful things. Why did this happen for us? Maybe those failed relationships or even failed friendships happened to make a path for us. Maybe everything that's happened in our life up until this point was to bring us right here, right now. If we start looking at things differently, if we just switch our focus, shift our focus just a little bit, we could start to see that light versus feeling like we're in the dark still. Everything in our life has happened for us to make us who we are today, to bring this opportunity to us today. So that being said, I really want to dive into that. Awakening potential and leading by example, right? Well, what are we doing on our social medias, right? We are living out loud. What does that really mean? We're not just here to show people transformation pictures. Transformation. Yes, everybody understands this program works, because at least by now, everybody knows somebody who has gotten healthy from this program. But what about the reprogramming? That's where we need to go with this. We're reprogramming that mindset. So instead of just constantly sharing with people healthy body, we got to expand this to the healthy mind and the healthy finances by living out loud with it and being that example for people to say, you know what, if they can do it, I can do it. Because I know for sure I have seen so many cool friends, new friends from this program that started at a certain place and, like Josh and Michelle, went all the way to IPD. Those people inspire you. Those people awaken your true potential, because you're like, oh my goodness, like they came from where I came from and they did it. So that's what we want to give away to people. That's who we want to be, and how we want to show up for others is by leading from the front. We're leaders in health. We're leaders in wealth. Okay? And we're leaders in healthy mindset, honestly. So when we're living out loud, what are some things that we can really do to awaken other people's potential? Well, you got to start showing them some new stuff. We can't just be talking healthy body. We got to show them what this program has done for you outside of losing some weight or gaining some weight, for those of you that, did healthy weight gain. We got to really start showing them what is this program done on, for the stuff that they can't see in a picture. And if we're in our head too much about, well, I don't want people to think I'm showing off, I don't want people to think that, I'm bragging. How many of you guys, I know I for sure have thought that before in the past, like, oh, I'm a little bit scared to post that. And Justin would tell me, Justin Avini would tell me, you have to show people what else is possible with this. That's how you bring on coaching partners. That's how you save people from their financial debt. So what are some things that we can live out loud with? Well, here we go. How about the lives, right? Those dreadful lives that people don't want to do. The lives is where people believe you. The lives is where we truly cultivate that trust, because they see you, they hear your heart, they see your expression, they see your body language. They know that you're not trying to manipulate a situation or just hide behind a computer screen and copy and paste and send them things that they're told to send. You're sharing your story. There's so much power in our story. Even if you're a brand new coach and you feel like, well, I don't really have much of a story yet, I don't have much of a healthy finances story yet, share your coach's story. Or if they're still a new coach too, because I know that happens, share your mentor story. Share something that you know that people can really relate to. So I'm just going to kind of start there today, you guys. When I could easily get on and do a Facebook Live and say, yeah, I lost some weight, blah, blah, blah. That's cool. Everybody knows we've lost weight from this program. But sharing things on a live about how, when I first started coaching, it only took one client who thanked me for changing her life, and that changed mine. And after that, I started running with this. Who I was before I started coaching, I was in real estate. I loved it. I thought I loved it. I didn't know anything else. I was a single mom. I didn't know anything else. I chose that career path to have time freedom. And what I learned was I didn't have any time freedom. I was on everyone else's schedule because they have regular jobs. So when it came to showing houses, or it came to, hosting open houses, that's on the weekends. That's after 6 p.m. during the week. So I was still working on everyone else's schedules, working odd hours. And, financially, you can make 20, 30, 40 grand in a month. But the fear is, how long is that going to last you? How long is that ever going to last you? There's no security in it. There really isn't. The stress of falling in and out of escrow, people changing their mind, oh, we're going to rent instead for a while. All of those things happen. So, as far as loving that, yeah, it's cool. It's cool to hand someone their keys. It's cool to, help a first-time home buyer get their first home. But it isn't this. It isn't changing a life. It isn't having people thank you for changing their life. There's nothing that feels like that. So, when we're sharing our story, what parts are we sharing? When we're living out loud, what are we really sharing? Are we talking about how we were able to get out of debt? This program completely turned my life upside down in the best possible way. I didn't know I would ever leave my career in real estate. I worked so hard for it. And honestly, my ego was more afraid of leaving it than I actually was. Because I was afraid everybody in the world, we care too much what everyone thinks about us. I cared more that everybody in the world was going to think that I failed at what I was already doing. When I finally decided to die to that ego was when magic really started to happen. So I replaced my six-figure income, monthly income, in 6 months. And I just started running with this. And what happened since then? Well, life shows up, right? In the best possible ways. So all of a sudden, my transmission on my car goes out, and I didn't even have to bat an eye. I really got to say, you know what? this isn't salvageable. Let's go get a new car. And I got to go pick a brand new Chevy Tahoe. That in itself was life changing, to not have to stress over, oh my gosh, how am I going to figure this out? Oh my goodness, I wasn't prepared for this. Windshield gets cracked because a rock hits us on the freeway, right? Or on the street. Oh my gosh, where are we going to get that extra couple $100 to replace that windshield? A tire gets popped driving, you hit a pothole. Whoops. What are we going to do now? Those types of things. And these are true stories, you guys. These things actually really truly do happen. But that is what we're trying to share with the world, that it doesn't have to be that scary if you have a vehicle to do something different. Okay? So talk about getting out of debt. Talk about what this has done for you to bless your life. To be able to bring a spouse home if you've done that. To be able to bring yourself home. To be able to have date nights. It doesn't have to be extravagant stuff quite yet, you guys. To be able to have date nights even once a month. So many people don't get to do that. Are we sharing that? Are we living out loud with this? Or are we more afraid of people think that we're trying to show off? We're not. Are we? Are you? No, we're not. So just speak from the heart, share from the heart, post from the heart. Talk about those things. Talk about what else this has done for you. I was able to, when my husband and I decided that we wanted to get married, I was able to pay for our $30,000 wedding cash. We started our marriage off with zero debt from this program, from coaching for this program. Does that sound like I'm showing off? Who are we going to start sharing this with? So we just got to get out of our own way. We have to really start understanding that all great leaders were really just great followers. Follow the leaders. What are some of the other successful coaches in this doing? Are you watching them? Because success leaves clues. Are they getting up early and showing up ready for the day? Are they making sure they create more time in their day by giving themselves a bedtime so they can get up early? How are they presenting themselves? What does that look like? And don't clone someone. Just be a better version of you. Take tidbits from some of the other leaders in this and truly just allow yourself to transform masterfully. And the best way to do that is by really just leading with your own health. Leading with your own health first and foremost, and being coachable and teachable. Stay coachable and teachable. If something feels scary and we don't feel like doing it, do it scared. I want to tell you guys a story real quick to put a bow on this. So this story is actually one that Justin, he told me this over the phone one time when I was going through a hard time as a coach and I felt like I was struggling. Come here, baby. So it's called The Drowning Man. It's okay. I'll take that. It's called The Drowning Man. A fellow was stuck on his rooftop in a flood. He was praying to God for help. Soon a man in a rowboat came by and the fellow shouted to the man on the roof, "Jump in, I can save you." The stranded fellow shouted back, "No, it's okay. I'm praying to God and he's going to save me." So the rowboat went on. Then a motorboat came by. The fellow in the motorboat shouted, "Jump in, I can save you." To this the stranded man said, "No thanks, I'm praying to God and he's going to save me. I have faith." So the motorboat went on. Then a helicopter came by and the pilot shouted down, "Grab this rope, I will lift you to safety." To this the stranded man again replied, "No thanks, I'm praying to God and he's going to save me. I have faith." So the helicopter reluctantly flew away. Soon the water rose above the rooftop and the man drowned. He went to heaven. He finally got his chance to discuss this whole situation with God, at which point he exclaimed, "I had faith in you, but you didn't save me. You let me drown. I don't understand why." To this God replied, "I sent you a rowboat and a motorboat and a helicopter. What more did you expect?" You guys, our healthy body is our rowboat. Our healthy mind is our motorboat, and our healthy finances is our helicopter. Take them. Take them. Follow your coach's lead. They suggest something, do it. They say go to an event, go to it. There's a reason why. It's not just because they want you to be there. Yeah, they do want you to be there because they like you, but it's because they know what it's going to do for you. They know what's going to happen to you. They know how this is going to awaken your true potential. And then we're going to watch you transform masterfully. I hope this was helpful today.